Yo, I'm Drunky.
I'm the Flood.
And welcome to the Fortnite Update, where we talk about all the news, patch notes, and esports related to Fortnite. This is episode 27 of the podcast. It is March 2nd. Let's start the update. Flood. So something kind of came to Fortnite, over the past week. The Season 8 has come upon us. Patch 8.0 is here. Brand new Battle Pass. Brand new map. First impressions about the Battle Pass when you opened it, download me out what you were thinking about it.
All right, so if we're going to jump straight to that, I'm going to say I was excited. I think it's a great Battle Pass. Yeah. I think it's a really good Battle Pass. I think the Tier 1 skins are really, really strong. Yep. I think pretty much I always judge the Battle Pass by the skins. There's always a couple emotes. There's always a couple, I don't care about the little sprays and stuff, generally speaking. Yeah. And the skins on this one were fire. It's the Banana Pass, man. That Banana Man. Pass. He's getting so much play already on every clip. The Banana Man is so funny. It's so good. I love it so much. And it gives us the silly Fortnite feels that I love. I don't know.
I love that they went full sin with the dancing, the peanut butter jelly dance. And,
it's so good.
And I thought it was bold. I was I don't know if the target demographic was even alive when that was a meme, bro. That was a GeoCities, GIF meme, way back in the day.
But they're just looking for good content for dances at this point. Because, every now and again, they come up with a good one. You're oh, how did they not have that one already? Because there's so many emotes now where I'm I don't need that. It's just some dumb emote that they're adding on. We've already got the good stuff. And then every now and again, they come up with one. I'm how is that not one already? That's amazing.
Dude, the Congo one is the best dance they put in a long time. Being able to walk while you're doing it is hysterical, bro.
I was blown away that we didn't have a conga already. I was how did I not even realize that? It's crazy. Dude. But it's such a good Battle Pass, man. A lot of people have been complaining about the Tier 100 skin, and I know we share thoughts on this. I think the Tier 100 skin is great. I think she's such a good skin. It's the kind of skin that so many people would buy if it came to the item shop. It would be a $1,500 skin, or maybe a $1,200. So many people would buy it, except it would be $1,500 for sure because it's got selectable styles. It's such a worthwhile skin. It's so good. It's one that people will actually use. People are really addicted to these really overarching characters from Lord of the Rings, Ice King looking kind of, whatever dudes, or Big Black Knight or Big Omega, whatever, that they rarely use.
Exactly, dude.
This is a good one. This is a good skin that people will use. She's attractive. She's got cool style, and she's got selectable styles. Yep. She's good.
Her tattoos are great. I love that everything just works together. It ties.
Or
in
we're
with,
both just into the same kind of girl.
All right, look, we're not going to go into that, but What I think about is I think you're right. We have these big Ragnaroks and these big Omegas and these big Ice Kings, and we just don't use them because for the most part we don't like over the top characters while we're playing. We like to look at them, but we do like the low key skins. I think a lot of what they've been doing with the skins have been more low key, the engineer skin and the robot skins they've been putting out. So I think this is in line with that. And I also think that people just have not been getting to the end of these battle passes as much as you would think they would. I thought it was a pretty strange move for Epic to give out a battle pass for free when this is a free to play game. I know a lot of people think that was because of Apex and everyone leaving the game and stuff. And I think it has more to do with that people are not finishing battle passes. I did not see a lot of Ice Kings. When in the past, I did see a lot of Ragnaroks running around. I saw a lot of John Wicks running around. I saw a lot of Omegas. Yeah, I did not see a lot of Ice Kings in the game, man. So I think that has to do with that people are just not getting to the end of these passes.
They want to make sure they get their value out.
Yeah, they want to give the big skins are people are excited to play. They want to give those out early now.
Yeah, that's actually a really smart idea. I didn't really think of it that way, and I think you could be onto something there because you're right. I didn't see that many Ice Kings. Except for the guys who pre-bought really early in the season, who bought all their levels and had their Ice Kings early. Yep. After that, I didn't really see them that often. Yeah. You're 100% right.
And that might have to do it too. Once everyone sees all the cool skins in the game, you feel you don't get the coolness factor out of it after you finally get this big skin, 2-3 months after it was released, whatever their cycle is. It's just the magic is gone after you've seen it so many times. So now everyone gets it early. They can be this this pirate skeleton with his abdomen missing. It's cool, man.
Such a cool Tier 1. The 2 Tier 1 skins make up for any other skin you're not happy with in the past. They're so good. They did such a good job of those.
They are so good. And then I think my favorite is the choral music that they put into the lobby music. I think I sat there and laughed for a minute straight at just how good it was, man. It's amazing.
I'm impressed. I think it's a good battle pass.
I was too, and like when I loaded up, when I was talking to people, they're like, "Oh yeah, I'm not that impressed by this battle pass." And as I was sitting there and going through it, I was like, "You guys are out of your mind, dude! Like this battle pass is loaded." I think the weapon wraps they did are some of the best weapon wraps in the game right now. I think that.
Really good weapon wraps. I love that driftwood one so much. Dude, I'm putting that on everything when I get it. Yeah.
The purple one at the very end, like the gemstone one, is fire. And then,
I was surprised at how good it looked. Yeah.
Yeah, and then on top of that, I think that the pet backpacks, these are actually pets I would use. The fox one is just super adorable.
Fox one is so cute. Yeah. Unbelievable.
Like I would actually want to use those because they look like they fit like kind of a something I could put together for a character.
Yeah. I will say the hybrid ninja, by the way, I got to go back to the skin, sorry, but the hybrid ninja as just a ninja, I don't know if I feel like as much on the lizard man, but just as a ninja is so cool. I love it.
And when we'll talk about later about the cannons, but when you shoot him out of a cannon and he does that like that tuck, he actually looks like a ninja, bro. It's so good.
Oh, I love it. That's so smart. I love it.
It really was. All right. Well, speaking of that, let's get into the weapons and items, the bulk of the patch 8.0. The pirate cannon has been added to the game. Push the cannon into position, take aim, and fire. Alternatively, you can also climb into the barrel and launch yourself. The cannon will fire cannonballs or players at a great distance. The cannonballs and players can plow through a number of objects before stopping with a bang. Deals 100 damage to enemies and on a direct hit, and 50 damage to enemies and within a small radius found throughout the environment. What do you think about the pirate cannon?
The first time I went flying and I realized you went as a little somersaulting cannonball, I had so much joy in my heart and laughter. It was the best. It just made me happy. It's so funny. This proves that Fortnite's never been upset or worried about Apex. They've only ever been worried about Sea of Thieves. That's the only threat to them in their mind, and that's okay. No, I don't know. It's really fun. It's kind of goofy. It actually creates kind of I don't know. There's something that's kind of silly fun about the mechanic because you push it around kind of like a shopping cart in my mind, and it feels so funny because I'm just got this big cannon and then I'm like aiming there and then woo! I haven't gotten quite figured out exactly how to like land my perfect shot. Sometimes I'm overdoing it or underdoing it, but it's really fun. I like it. It's actually a really interesting mechanic for movement because you can put it in a couple stations. They put it in a couple certain areas where I'm like, oh, this actually really helps the rotation. Like it's really handy, more than I think anyone will ever use it for attacking, other than weird happy little accident moments that just turn out.
Oh, how dare you! I've already had multiple games where I'm running around with my duos partner in the cannon, loaded up, ready. Dude,
I only played solos. That's so smart.
I'm ready. We attack people with it. I'm shooting people into builds, like into their builds, and like they take damage. You destroy their builds. Dropping on them early game. I had one where like people were around me. We all dropped at the new Lazy Lagoon. Off to the side, so no one had guns, but I grabbed a cannon and like I fragged people out with the cannon there. Like it's a fun mechanic.
That's so funny. Yeah, because they're a little bit cumbersome, so I don't feel like they can be overpowered. Like it's not as bad as anything. Maybe, I don't know. That's my impression. But I was gonna say, I was playing solos. Oh, I didn't even like squads are gonna be like they're gonna be hilarious with that thing.
But it's like you said too. They are really good for rotations. Around the map, they added at some of the awkward houses that were just like in the middle of nowhere. They added all these pirate stuff to it, made it like pirate towers. Then they have the cannons there. That's the rotation mechanic of the season throughout the entirety of the map. It's like the rifts, the zip lines. You can use these to go like way across the map, man. I actually really like them as a rotation item.
Yeah, I think it's. I was surprised at how much I like them. I thought I was going to hate them, but they're fun.
They really are. All right, let's talk about the items that got vaulted. The Sneaky Snowman and the Chiller Grenades have been vaulted from the game. Oof, what do you think about those hitting the vault?
I actually kind of was enjoying Chiller Grenades. I really got the hang of it, or I got a feel of like fun from those that was pretty good. Sneaky Snowman were those are just for memeing, really. Like let's be honest, those are just for putting on a sneaky snowman and then driftboarding. And if you never did that, you never got a chance to do that. An emote, it's funny. Like it's just silly fun. But fine, good. Get rid of them. Chillers were fun though. That was the best ice foot mechanic. Like the traps were trash, but the chiller grenades were really smart. Like they worked really well. They were.
I agree with you on that. Actually,
I'm kind of sad that those are gone, but
I'm sad they're gone. I'm glad that they're not on floor loot anymore though. It's nice to not run around and see all this thing where I just
let's pause. You had a great floor loot idea. Talk about your floor loot idea right now. I love your floor loot idea.
I had this idea in passing because, I'm slightly a genius, whatever. Don't talk about me.
Yeah.
Where I want all the utility items to be taken off the floor loot. I don't like them on floor loot. I need, like, early game, you need guns. And I know this is a battle royale, but I haven't played a battle royale where you struggle so much to get guns you can fight with early game on floor loot. I've never played it. So I would like all these utility items to be taken off the floor and placed into vending machines. I would also like all guns to be taken out of vending machines. I don't want guns from vending machines. I want healing items and I want utility items. And so now we were in a place where if you want to get like a chiller grenade or a sneaky snowman, if that's something you want to use in your game, you can go to a vending machine, find it, and now you can use it. And I think that we should have all of the items in the vending machines. Like if you want all the utility items, put them all there. You can just cycle through it, have it like wood, brick, whatever it is, whatever you want to set it to.
Yeah, no orange. You go to the vending machine, get what you want.
Get what you want, and like, get on with the game.
Think about the pricing based. Like, I'm sure that it'd all be really cheap to get a stack of whatever, and it would be fun. And then there'd be so many more, even just gray freaking pistols. You know what I mean? Just gray pistol, like whatever. Just replace all that floor loot so that you always get a gun. Any house I break into in Pleasant Park, it's got a gun in that roof. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, man. Because I just like, I don't even know if we have time to get into this podcast. The floor loot economy is in a really weird place right now in Fortnite. I don't know what's going on with like the loot clustering. It's like feast or famine, man. I'll have like 5 pumps or no pumps, and that's it. Like it's M1 grands or 5 pumps. There's no mix. There's just no mix.
3 hunting rifles. No.
You got 3 hunting rifles. It's just there's something going on.
It's so weird.
I don't know if there's like a bug in the coding, something's not working right, but like the loot clustering is super weird right now, man.
And I like the idea that maybe you're only going to get scars and stuff from chests. And then your floor loot is always just going to be more basic items. Like that's the differentiating factor. And that would be good. I'm okay with that.
Absolutely.
I don't know.
All right. Some more vaulted items. The X-4 Stormwing has been vaulted in Fortnite. No longer planes shall be raining down upon you, Flood. I'm sorry.
This is weird. I'm surprised that they did this one. I think we were all really big fans of the M1s for Stormwing. Like we all had so much fun with that one. Can't believe this can really caught me off guard. I'm surprised. What were they thinking?
Man,
everyone's favorite?
I'm about to uninstall. I only played Fortnite because of the planes. How dare they do this?
You're like, I'm the Red Baron Drunkie.
Thank you.
I remember
my best streams. My best streams.
Unbelievable.
Wow. The way this has changed my mentality when playing the game and happiness is an understatement, man. Just being able to enjoy games now.
Yeah, it's amazing. Like even the last little while, it hasn't been as prominent because they nerfed them so hard, and there was so many less of them. So it really wasn't as bad. I didn't mind the game for the last little while, but even now and again, you'd still get dive bombed and just attacked out of nowhere, and you're like, oh, okay, again, let's go. But it's like, I guess we still have to deal with this. Like it's just. My heart is lighter. My heart is lighter when I play Fortnite now.
It definitely is. I think just not hearing the sound of the plane in the air, there's just something that in the back of my head, I'm happier when playing. I don't know what it is. It's super weird.
I think they might have to do something about Frosty Flights, though. It feels very strange and out of place now. It's like a weird ghost town. I don't know what's it doing. What's it doing there?
I would actually be okay if they put like 2 or 3 planes in Frosty Flights. Like if that's the only place you get planes, and like that's
Yeah, and there's like 3 of them, and that's it.
That's it, and like that's part of your drop. It's Frosty Flights. Like I'm all right with that. That's cool.
Yeah, and they'll get shot out of the sky, and it's I agree.
That makes that PUI unique. And like, why would I drop there? Because there's not a lot of mats, but you can get items and you can get a plane, and that's it.
Yeah,
because you don't get mats. So
I agree with that actually. Yeah, that would be interesting. That's an interesting idea.
Right? See, I'm here.
Oh, wait, are you some kind of genius?
Look, the utility items in the vending machines.
I love that one.
Like genius level, like Mensa. Hit me up, all right, bros? I'm not doing anything on Tuesdays. All right. Also in the vaulted items, shopping carts and all-terrain carts. The ATKs have both been vaulted. I'm pretty sure this is like a long time coming, right?
Yeah, I think that ATKs have been a long time, like kind of undervalued, and same with shopping carts. They were fun when they were the only vehicle and you could meme around with them, and then the ATKs were a better vehicle, so you did it. And then all of a sudden there was quad crashers and planes. So
yeah,
who had time for those? I actually kind of liked the ATK because it was a lot quieter than the quad crasher, and you could actually I felt like you were stealthing up on people. Like it was great. I don't know.
It was great. I think the ATK still had a place in the game. I didn't think it had one when we had the plane, because the planes could hold a full squad. Quad crashers can't, but I guess they want people using hoverboards and quad crashers over this. So,
but when you don't have a golf course, where do they come from, Drunky? Says the 200
God.
IQ genius over here with Mensa. Yeah, where are all these ATKs going to come from if there's no golf course, okay?
I live in Florida where we have a large elderly population, and you will all the time see old people driving around in golf carts just to go to 7-Eleven, all right?
Yeah, but those were born on a golf course. That's where they came from.
Look,
their parents live on that golf course. Okay?
I never birthed golf carts into the world.
Well, try, think before you speak, Drunky, okay?
Right, fair enough.
All right.
Another big change in the weapons and items. They have reduced the availability of high-tier assault rifles. The total number of assault rifles available has remained unchanged, but increased the chance of receiving a common quality assault rifle, and then they reduce the rare and epics. Weird changes to the assault rifles.
Yeah, this is funny because I did notice that I was getting scars all the time and that everyone had one.
Yeah,
so maybe that's what this is about. I guess I don't know. Like, I mean, just trying to force everyone to use regular ARs more often. That's fine.
It would be nice, but when you increase the chance of receiving a common quality assault rifle, the only options you have are the regular AR that we all know and love, and then the M1 Grand. And this, I think, is the reason that we're finding so many M1 Grands is because
I hate it so much.
It's so bad, dude. It's like everywhere. It's just everywhere. And I think this is the reason, because normally we would see some of the other higher tier assault rifles. Now you just don't see them. The weird thing for me is, like, sometimes I don't know where Epic's head is at, and like this was it. This was the problem. Like we're finally gonna put the assault rifles in their place. Like I was just like, what? Like, okay.
Where did that come from? It seems very seems very strange. Like, is there something going on that I'm totally missing? Like, I don't get it.
And another thing, I never know where their head is at when it comes to what the rarities mean. Like, do they just not want you to have strong items, or do they not want you to have rare items? I don't like. Why do we have?
Because everyone generally seems to get like the loadout they're looking. I think anyway, it always feels like it can get your loadout that you're looking for by halfway through any given game. Like, I've got the assault or the AK, and I've got the SMG that I want. I've got the shotgun that I want. By mid game, I feel like most people probably do. Like because half the lobby's already dead at least.
Yeah, sure.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's a weird.
Lobbies are going fast in season 8. Anyway, we'll talk about this.
Whew. All right, let's talk about some bug fixes. Supply drops will now properly appear on the map. This is something I guess they changed earlier last season. I never noticed, and now
agreed. Yeah.
You can actually see supply drops on your mini map and on your regular map when you pull it up. Cool addition.
It's really cute. Yeah, it's nice. I like it. It's almost like it actually makes me worry about them in terms of like it almost nerfs them a little bit. I feel like they need to make supply drops better, because if you can see it on a mini map, it's so much more obvious. Like, it's way obvious now.
Yeah.
That like I feel like more people are gonna be like, oh, there's a supply drop there. Let's go camp it, or like absolutely. Let's go. You know what I mean? Like,
I like it.
Let's go bait that supply drop. It's good. It's a good change.
And now supply drops are kind of worth a little more, because like this is the only place you can find rocket launchers and stuff. Like, it's cool that these are like items that would draw players. It draws action to an area, like theoretically, you know.
Yeah, no, I think it's strong. I like it.
Another bug. If the fire button is pressed while your shotgun cooldown is still active after swapping weapons, then the shotgun will automatically fire once this cooldown is over. This is something I've been wanting for a long time. It's been a bug. Every time you go to shoot your shotgun and like you're screaming at the game, like, why won't my shotgun shoot? There's no cooldown timer. The gun's out. This is why. There was a bug that if you press the fire button while your shotgun cooldown timer was up, it bugged the gun out, man.
And because of latency, I'm sure that there was lots of times where it looked like it was gone, but maybe it wasn't actually on the server or something along those lines. So now this way it solves that.
I've still had a few times where the pump didn't fire when I tried to pull it out or whatever, but this has definitely alleviated a lot of that.
Happens to a lot of guys. Don't worry about it.
God damn you. Fixed clingers causing damage through walls and floors when stuck to player. Big bug that was really frustrating last patch.
I didn't notice it. I haven't had that. Or I mean, like, if it happened, it didn't register that was what was going on. I'm still getting used to clingers being back in the game, if I'm real with you.
Yeah, they should really be vaulted. They're just not fun, man. They're just not fun. Especially with this, because I have noticed this where I've seen a clinger get stuck on somebody. I'm like, oh man, me and this dude aren't going to fight anymore. I build a wall. I'm like, genius play, Drunky. Once again, congratulations. And boom, I get destroyed through my wall. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, there is still something really satisfying about when you do cling someone. Like when you get it stuck to them, it's like, wow, like it feels so good. There's something really deeply satisfying about that. But that is like the one redeeming factor. Otherwise, I really don't think we need them.
Fix players accidentally sticking remote explosives onto themselves after applying a consumable bush. Okay, weird flex. I'll just say this right now: the whole bush thing, they need to take that away. It's a horrible thing, bro.
Is it too much?
It's too much.
Like I'm not encountering that many of them. It's so rare. Like I definitely see more bushes than you used to.
I think that if they change the bush to be like the snowman, to where if you pull out a gun, then it takes the bush away, I think that's appropriate. But for you to be able to shoot, and then the first time I shoot you, your bush absorbs my damage.
Yeah,
I'm not a big fan of that one, man.
It's really strong because it does like it as a bush. You're not only hidden, but it also makes it so that you can ferret them out because they have to shoot at you a couple times, and you're like, oh, that's exactly where you are. I get it. Yeah. And then they can and they're safe, which is weird. It's one of those things. I kind of like it, but it's interesting. Like it's a tough one, man. I'm on the fence on this.
It doesn't happen that often, so it's not a big thing. But like when it does, like it just irks me so hard. I'm like, I can't believe this.
Is there another way to make the bush viable though? Throw some of that Mensa at me, baby.
Can you make the bush viable? I think you can make the bush viable if damage didn't remove the bush. I think then the bush makes sense.
If damage didn't remove the bush.
Yeah, you just ran around with a bush on. And like once you got into a fight, you're fighting with the bush. And then once you're done, you're done. And there'd be a way to remove it if you want to. But there's just, they already took it where fall damage doesn't remove it.
I push you in the hot seat, and I feel like that was not your best idea yet.
Look,
so
it's a bush flood. There's not much you can do with it. Like, what do you want to do? Like, change seasons when someone shoots you? I don't know, bro.
That'd be really funny. No, because I don't think I hate what they've done to it. I think it does make the bush kind of viable, kind of neat, kind of worthwhile, right? But you're right that it can be a little bit maybe too strong for what is essentially a silly item. Yeah. So I don't know. Yeah, and interesting. Anyway, moving on.
Fix legendary, epic, and pump shotgun pellet tracers and muzzle flashes, sometimes not replicating on other clients. Big change. This was something that I ran into quite a bit. I'm happy for this change because I sometimes be sitting there like, how did I just die? And like, sometimes people would shoot me. I would lose like 150 damage, and where I would build a wall, I didn't notice the damage because I didn't think they shot me. I'm like, oh, they killed me with their pistol. What just happened? Why?
What? Yeah.
Yeah, big change here, man.
That's huge. I mean, this is just like quality of life gaming stuff that we need. Like if this is the number one thing I want their patch people to be working on every time is server-based stuff, netcode based stuff. Like make everything feel and work as well as it can, then tweak it.
Yep.
Then tweak the guns and mess with it.
Last two, fix an issue where players can't auto run while using the hoverboard on the gamepad. There you go, control players. A little bit of love for you guys.
Gotcha.
All our Nintendo Switch, all our PS4, Xbox users. We know you're out there. We love you guys. Fix items occasionally being invisible to some players. That's still a thing. All right, not anymore, I guess. All right, moving on to gameplay. Added lava and added volcanic vents. There is a big, massive volcano on the map now.
What?
We can get to in a little bit, but what do you think about the lava and the volcano vents?
I have, you know what? It's funny. I haven't still stepped on lava. I know that's so weird. I've been been in the volcano, but like I've got it deeply ingrained in me not to step on that lava. And I played that game as a kid where you pretend the floor is lava and you jump around on pillows and shit. I've done that. I got this deeply ingrained. I am not stepping on that lava. Apparently it's 1 damage per thing. I think you go flying up or something, probably comically.
You do 1 damage per touch and then you bounce off the surface. It's like when the loot lake was purple.
Oh yeah.
It's like that bounce.
That's cute. It's cool. It's like basically no damage. That's cute. It's fun. It makes the lava interesting and good. I like this. I think this is great. The lava looks really cool. Yeah. Like it looks awesome. And if that's the only punishment, that's great. Yeah,
it's definitely a balance thing. You can enjoy it. You can use it to your gameplay, and the lava isn't going to do like 25 damage for it, which like when I first saw it, I was like, oh, that's going to be rough. And I'm like, oh, 1 damage, nice.
Yeah, I'm like ingrained. Like I even knew, like I'd read the notes. I saw that it was 1 damage, and I was like, don't touch that lava. Don't you dare touch that lava flood. Oh, that was weird.
Volcanic vents boost players and vehicles into the sky with a gust of hot air. What do you think about this?
Love them. Love these so much. This is the real rotation mechanic. My only complaint is that I want them everywhere. I want these in polar peaks. I want, like, imagine how much better that area of the map would be with these things all over the map. They're so good. It's essentially glider redeploy with no RNG.
I was thinking like it's a poor man's Rift is where my head was at it.
Poor man's Rift or a glider redeploy that has no RNG. It's both, really.
Yeah.
And that's the best. Like that's the best of both worlds in my mind, because everyone can predict exactly what's going to happen. You can get insane movement. Like you can rotate around the entire volcano, just like whipping around, which can feel like a little too much maybe. But that's like a map placement issue. Like they got to really balance exactly where they put them. But there's certain spots where I was like, oh, this is brilliant. This is here. They go even as far as like Dusty Divot and stuff. There's a couple near there, and I'm like, what? Yes, like it makes some of those rotations so much better. Lets you get out of certain situations so much better. I've had some really fun fights now where like you're like, oh, but there's a thing there. I can get there. I don't have enough build for cover. Run. And like sometimes just like a shot of the air, but whatever. It's so much fun. Like, I don't know. I think they're fun. I think they're interesting. I think it's a really great rotation mechanic. I think this is a great alternative to my cool drift board idea. I think this is great. I like them a lot.
This is great. I think the Northeast has always had problems with the rotations. This is why we had permanent rifts down in Wailing Woods, Rip Wailing Woods. So this is good because if you learn where the geysers are, you can go from like vent to vent and just rotate out of the northeast of the map and like get into the zone. Because that was the weakest part about the northeast side of the map, is that for some reason it never got zoned, bro. It just never got zoned for some reason, and so this helps it out a lot.
It makes the game feel faster too. Like you can jump and rotate quickly, and especially again with the Season 8 map changes, lobbies are going fast, man. People are dying fast because they're all jumping on a volcano, they're all jumping on a pirate ship, they're all doing whatever. And like I'm like, there's like 10 people left, and I've got all the way over there to go. Like, let's keep this moving.
Yep. 100%. I think that's the only gameplay challenges. Party assist added, where if you're completing quests with your party, now everyone can do them together. I play solos a lot. I don't know, man.
I'm in the same boat. I've already heard from my chat though that like they're like, this is the best thing ever. They're so excited about it.
Yeah.
I think so. I think this is a really good change. Like I've got the odd friend, rare and surprising, I know. So like I can call upon a friend if I need to for a challenge. It's not the worst. And but this is a really cool idea, especially if I'm just grinding out solos and I want to just randomly get a few things done in the middle of the night or something. Like this is cool. I don't know. It seems like a good idea.
Most importantly, the infinite dab has been increased from 11 hours to 12 hours. Thank God.
I've been waiting to talk about this. This is the best change. No, get it on my goddamn face. What are they doing with it? Like it's such a meme now.
Big a change in the bug fixes to the gameplay. Fixed aim assist to work through windows. Watch out, everybody. I have already seen this in effect. I got straight clapped through a window at one point, and the player's name was like something spams L2, and I was like, oh, I read that in the patch notes. Okay, bud, here we
go. Yep. So it's just like, oh man, certified aimbot, I guess. Like it's, I don't know how I feel about this one, man. That's too much.
I think the biggest bug fix they did was allowing weapon auto reloading, no longer canceling emotes. We can finally emote at the end of a match, man. We can finally emote in style on people.
That has really bugged me. I'm gonna be real. Like that's actually really annoying when you're trying to dance. Your guy's stuck in an animation. You're like, I don't know. It's not even gonna see me do the twist.
How old are you? Still doing the twist? What the hell?
That's my winning emote. I love that emote.
All right, let's talk about the audio a little bit. The above and below footstep improvements, more distinct sounds for above footsteps, turn the distance at which above and below footsteps travel to be more realistic. Improve footstep audio timing. What do you think about the footstep audio in the game right now?
It seems better, but I've been in a lot of open areas where it's hard to tell above and below stuff. Like I think the footstep audio is working. I feel like I need another week with this, but I feel like the footstep audio is better. I feel like it's working, and this will create a greater audio discussion in a moment. But I think that they're on the right track with footsteps.
I think they are too. I think a lot of people say they don't know where people are. I turned a setting on my Windows, and I don't want to like say what it was because I want to like misspeak. But I turned a setting on in my Windows that one of my chat users, Clockwork, told me about, and like it has changed my audio. I could tell where people were last patch, bro. It works. So
go find the name of that setting and you let me know. Read the comments, guys. Check the comments. Yeah.
They changed all the I don't know where this is in the patch notes, but I don't think they even talked about it. They changed like all the weapon sounds in the game.
Yeah, they did.
The ASRs are different. The shotguns are different. Like everything just sounds different.
Yeah, it does.
I don't know where that came from because I thought we were in a pretty good place with like the way the gun sounds, and now they're pretty gnarly.
I hate the way pump shotguns sound. I hate it. I hate it so much. Every time I pull one out, I'm like, oh. I mean, it seems like it's quieter, so maybe you can like pull out your shotgun when you're hiding from someone, maybe and maybe sneak away with it or something. But I hate the sound of it. A lot of the sounds, for some reason, in this new patch, sound a little bit like high pitched or tinny or like nails on a chalkboard to me. I don't know what it is, but there's something wrong with them. It does not sound good. Dude, I do not like the sound of the game right now.
They sound straight up like ASMR, bro. If you turn to ASMR, these are the sounds they're doing. They're like very like treble bass things. They're like, I think they went to like a presentation somewhere at some conference and like they're like, this is what people like. This is like the wave of audio. I'm just like, no.
It's very uncomfortable to me. Like it's nails on a chalkboard like vibe to a bunch of the audio effects. And I don't even know which ones all the time because I'm just like cringing a lot of the time. I don't mind the AR shot. I got used to that one on the like the regular AR. Okay. It sounds really beastie and fun. Like it I was impressed. I was like, oh shit, this sounds really good now. I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna kill people with my AR now. Like I want to keep my AR because it sounds so good. The pump shotgun sounds completely different, and it kind of really took a little
everything sounds like
pep out of its step, and
it's so close too. Like AR, like battle sounds so much closer than they used to.
Yeah, it's very peculiar. Oh yeah, you can see things at distances different. See, I think that the reason they changed everything was because of that. Like they're really trying to fine tune audio, and they needed to like start from scratch. I think maybe I don't know, but it's a whole new world.
Yeah. Added a new shield break sound, kind of a innovation from the Apex lifestyle that actually really is satisfying. I'm glad they brought this over.
It's so good. It's so, I don't know what it is, but it feels correct. In this game, though, I will say you can pop a mini so quick that like I'm surprised at how often I think I've popped someone's shields and then all of a sudden they've got 25 again.
Yeah.
Like they peak, they're back, they peak, and now they got 25 again. I was like, God damn it, I could swear I just broke those shields. I could swear I just broke those shields. What's going on?
No, I'm glad they did this because sometimes you would see like weird damage where it's like, that's 44 blue, but I know I did enough shots. Like, I don't understand. This is just a satisfying audio way to tell you, like, you're good to push if you want to.
Yeah. It's blue because 2 of it was still shields. Now you know, like it's really, it is, and again, satisfying. Headshot sound really good too. Again, all of a sudden, I like a lot of like. There's some of the auto tweaks that they're on, I'm into. Some less so. This is a great one though.
And there was a post on Reddit from their audio people. 8.1 is supposed to have another big audio push where they're going to be tweaking and adjusting all the changes they made to this one. And they specifically brought up like things like the AR, where it's like instead of it sounding like blam, it's gonna sound like blam. Like that's literally the way they worded it on the Reddit. It was like blam. Big B, big L,
all caps.
Yeah.
Low caps, yeah.
That's the way they did it. So
it's so great.
We're gonna see some more audio adjustments coming up. Audio always a problem in Fortnite. Probably the worst AAA game I've ever played with audio. Like I've never understood why they had such a hard time getting it right. Every other game I play, like Apex, even Sea of Thieves, Overwatch, Counter-Strike, the audio was so good, and then I play Fortnite. I'm like, I don't know what's going on.
I can easily tell you the difference, though, man. That's because those have fixed maps and fixed positions. This doesn't. You're building, you're moving, and so because your spatial sound is completely different. Like you never know how to deal with spatial sound because you can't fix this location to this type of sound. Like you just can't do it.
I don't know, man.
I think that's the difference.
All right, Flood.
I don't know, man.
Why don't you use Logic? Fine, whatever. Have your way. All right, let's talk about the UI. Something that the Flood brought up a couple of podcasts ago and ranted about. Added the ability to access the patch notes website from the news screen. We all know where to get patch notes now.
Yeah, that's nice.
Next up, visual improvements made to the squad mate names and indicators. This is basically the players' nameplates. You can see them better. You can actually see them when they're off screen. You know what side they're on. Way better for knowing positioning of your teammate without having to look at the minimap.
Yeah. And wait, did they do the thing with the minimap yet where like you can, steal the Apex thing where like even if you're off the minimap, it gives you an indication of which direction they're off the minimap? Because they need to steal that now too, because that's great. I love that. I love that. Like then I know I'm like, oh, he's off to the east somewhere. Without like he's not on my minimap, he's really far away, but he's on the east. I know that at least. That's good.
Yeah, no.
Junkie's W keying somewhere out there.
How dare you? Yes, I am. The world marker improvements. World markers are now visible to the world. Double-clicking the world marker hotkey will place a danger version of the marker. You can also mark items and objects in the game. This is basically the Apex marking system.
The ping system.
Which I know they caught a lot of flack, but if you see someone do something good, why not adapt it? You know,
dude, I steal everything. I mean, that sounds like a dick thing to say, but like, I love it. They did so many things right in Apex. The biggest thing that Apex did, the biggest unique feature that they had, is that it was polished and had so many nice quality of life issues dealt with. Steal all the quality of life things. As much as that's real and normal and legal and whatever, get any quality of life thing, inspiration you can, because it's so much better as a gamer.
Absolutely, man. Like, I think we're about to, that's pretty much it for the patch notes that like pertain to us as Battle Royale players. So I think we're gonna start shifting this into a more like Season 8 conversation. Yeah. They caught a lot of flack for like taking ideas from Sea of Thieves and taking ideas from Apex. And I while I understand people pointing that out, I think it's not that just, because if you look at the gaming industry, the entirety of the gaming industry is just taking ideas from other companies and other games and applying it to your game. Fortnite Battle Royale, it was PUBG, right? They took the idea of Battle Royale from PUBG and like all the precursors, but what like really makes me mad about it, that people say this now, is that Fortnite was a game about building and fighting waves of zombies, right? That was Fortnite. And then they said, what if we took the Battle Royale and like applied Fortnite to that? That's what they're doing now. They're taking these ideas and like, what if we just apply Fortnite to these ideas, to this ping system? Like, I don't get why people are like giving them such a hard time when, Apex basically made Call of Duty better, a better BR of Call of Duty.
Exactly. Yeah, I agree. I was thinking about this a lot last night, and I was thinking about like what makes a BR, what makes any video game unique, right? And like, Fortnite still retains what makes it unique, no matter what.
Yeah.
What honestly, in a lot of ways, things that made Apex so unique are like it's unique because of its class system. The other games have that. But it's really unique in its quality of life issues. Quality of life issues aren't what make a game unique, though. Those are just features that someone innovated on and iterated on.
Yes.
You can draw those in. That's not your unique selling feature. You know what I mean? Like, your unique selling feature shouldn't be a good communication system. A good communication system should be a feature on every game, etc. So like, now we're talking about maybe getting respawning, which apparently Fortnite has claimed that they've been working on for a long time. Maybe, I don't know, but now we've proven that it works in Apex. So bring it into other BRs. Like, other BRs should take it too. Like, PUBG should bring it in. Like, everyone should get in on this. Like, it's smart. It makes the BRs as a genre better. It's the evolution of this genre, not the games.
100%. Because like Battle Royale in its infancy was not that forgiving of a genre, and like we've come a long way to make the game enjoyable over multiple hours of gameplay. Like, before, it was just like a unique idea that we never experienced, so it was fun. But the more and more we dove into it, it's not that strong of a genre until we started getting all these innovations from like H1Z1 innovative, PUBG innovative. It's like you said, like these innovations on quality of life only make the genre better. And it's like, I think we just all have a sour taste in our mouths from Fortnite over what they've done the last few seasons, and we just kind of want to like dump on them because of it.
Yeah. BR is really like, I don't know, it's past its infancy now, but it's into its teenage years, and that's why we're seeing these features, and we're going to start seeing them copied into other games. That's going to happen because that, like, it's like 5x5 shooters. Like, they were around forever, and so they got to this point where eventually people kind of got bored of them, I guess. But everyone had all the same features, and it was, what's your unique version of this? What kind of world are you going to put it in, etc. But the genre was mature. BR is still maturing.
Yep, absolutely. What do you think about the map overall? Like, we got the big volcano. The northeast side of the map has been completely redone. This is, it's basically what they did with the Polar Peak, except instead of adding a new area, they just got rid of an area and replaced it with the volcano. The Sunny Steps is new. The Lazy Lagoon is new. I don't know. What are your thoughts on them?
I think overall, I'm going to say I like it. I think Sunny Steps is really, really well designed. It's really, really cool and interesting. I like the Aztec feel. I think the volcano is really interesting and neat. It's not my favorite to land in, but a lot of people seem to. And it needs more texture. When you're up high on it and you're outside of it, it is really just black Spartan. Like, it's really weird to look at, and it's hard. Like, it looks fake kind of because it's just like one polygon with no texture on it. Anyway, it's really strange. I get why it is. Anyway, whatever. I don't know. Like, I miss so much of it. I like that they kept all those little aim stations, you know what I mean? The little zipliney stations and stuff, the outposts. I think it's really smart that they added more of those, and that wasn't just a one-off from the peaks, and those are back. I think that the overall area is really good. I think it needs some tweaking. I know you've talked about Lazy Lagoon, though I think it's actually, it's all about the little weird areas in between, and because you've got those updraft areas, I feel like it makes all of these weird little spots, like the little outposts and the little huts and the weird spots, a lot more viable. And I like that overall. I think the area is much, much better. I don't know if people will be slamming that volcano as a drop spot for very long. And the pirate ship even, like, I think that's going to be, it's going to turn into what Lazy Links was, where you're going to have like 4 or 5 people drop there, probably, and everyone else is probably in Tilted Towers still. I think everyone's going to end up in Tilted Towers again in 2 weeks.
Oh, absolutely. I think so too. And first off, this construction team in Tilted finally has his act together. Like that.
We didn't talk about that. Oh my God, that was so funny. The day that it went down, I was laughing. I was dropping. I was like, wait a minute, what? And I cruised over and I was like, what? They killed it again. The next day it's back. I was like, what is going on?
I'll say this on the new building in Tilted. So far, my least favorite iteration of it. I don't know what it's going to look like once they start putting up the walls inside of it instead of the framing. I am not enjoying that building right now, man.
The building is getting worse and worse. Every time they build it, it's worse. What are they doing?
Like, it's so weird, dude.
Fire that construction company. Go get someone with a little more feng shui.
Get him out of here. Get the architect out of here, bro. What's he
Bring
doing?
in someone from Lucky Landing. Bring in someone there. Let's make Tilted Chinatown. Let's go.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Oh, that's actually
that'd be cool, right? Like a little Chinese, like on the skyscraper coming out of it. That'd be cool.
Yeah,
right?
That'd be cool. Nakatomi Plaza from Die Hard.
Ooh,
let's go.
I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan of the northeast area of the map. First off, my beloved spot, Tomato. May it ever further your hearts. It's not named on the map anymore.
Still there.
When the game first came out, Tomato wasn't named, and then it was named, and it's just like, I don't know, man. The temple's still there, but like it's not a POI you can land and fight at. It was my favorite POI to land. I didn't land there a lot only because people didn't go there. But overall, there's this design philosophy. I would love to hear a presentation from Epic at like a conference or a long interview with like their map people on what their philosophy is for the new additions to the maps. Because the thing that the Polar Peak and the Volcano areas have in common is that they have these outskirt dropping areas, right? Like on the ends, like the hamlet.
That's so much more to say. I was caught off guard there. Yeah, keep going.
Because like you have these outskirts areas that then have this weird large thing that you have to rotate through to get to the rest of the map. And it feels awkward to me. It feels like I want to avoid those areas because of that. Because like I don't want to have to rotate through Polar Peak. I don't want to have to climb all the way up. When end games land at Polar Peak, I hate having that big
it's the worst.
Like wall face in front of me that I have to like try and navigate while people are above me.
Yeah,
and it's the same with the Volcano at this point. I'm just like, I'm not a fan of them because of that.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I will say that, okay, so going back to a couple of parts of that Volcano is so much, much better. And I love that the way that the trees work in there because it's on a grade. And it's the first one that I've seen in a while that has like a really nice grade to it. I don't mind fighting there. The trees are imperative to line of sight. It actually feels very like a little bit more old school BR where you've got like a lot of verticality built in, but without having to build and without having to be in the structure itself. It's not like the mountains in the desert area suck. The mountains in the polar area suck. Like they suck to have to climb them. Whereas the Volcano adds a verticality, but it's on this really beautiful grade. And I really enjoy that actually. I think that's really good. And navigating around and trying to like line of sight with the treetops when you're above someone without even trying to be above them because you're on the grade, I think that works really well. I think it looks really good too. That's another thing about the new area. They added like new flowers and stuff. There's more color in the like jungle-y aesthetic, and it's really pretty. Like I like being in that new area. Like I really just enjoy it. I think it's really good. And the other thing I was going to say is one of the other things with whaling is they tried so hard to make whaling viable and interesting. They added all the little cottages and stuff. For some reason, it was just never caught on. I'm sad that I feel like the story got lost behind the teleporters. They added teleporters. Nothing happened. They were just there. And now they're gone.
I'm just going to say this about Fortnite storytelling. We have to stop half-baking these ideas. We have to stop half-baking things.
Finish them.
You have to give us the story or like don't do it at all.
Is there still a hatch, by the way? I've been looking and I haven't found it yet.
I can't find it.
I thought it might be like just displaced like Tomato Temple, but I can't find the hatch. And I'm really bummed about that.
I think it's just swallowed up, man. Like I don't think they ever planned on having a story behind it. It's just that like we kind of like wanted them to, and wanted them to, and wanted them to, and they kept like teasing it. It's like, nah.
I've been saying that Fortnite is the J.J. Abrams of video games, where it's like watching the show Lost. There's literally a hatch, and it's all about what's coming next or what happened before. It's never about now. It's always what's next, though. I don't know. It's so weird.
Sometimes a hatch is just a hatch, you know.
But I like the new. I haven't been in Lazy Lagoon enough though, because it's such a hot drop. Such an insane hot drop.
My problem with Lazy Lagoon is in the city part of it, there's not enough item drops. There's not enough guns on the floor. Like there are entire parts like where you think there would be guns and stuff, and there's just not. Like the little caves that go like behind it and stuff, there are no items back there. But if you go to the ship, there are tons of items on the ship. But if you're not like the first, or like one of the first people to drop on it, you can't get to them because it's so closed up. If you're not the person that hits the deck, like you're not going to get guns there, man. Like they have to open that ship up so you can swoop in and land on the side of it.
Yeah, I'm not sure what you do to fix that. Like, I didn't mind the little village the times that I fought there. Like, I went to the Pirate King's or like little captain's area, and there's stuff behind his bed. It's really cute. And like this map, by the way, is the cutest freaking map that they've made ever. There's a fork and a knife on this map.
Where?
I lost my mind. It's above Fatal Fields, and it's such a smart spot too because you needed something because they added a pirate outpost on top of that mountain that was beside it instead of the house. So there was a big area above Fatal Fields that you'd always have to travel through that you were out in the open every time. For a while, it was a corrupted zone. Now there's literally a giant trench dug in the shape of a fork and a knife.
That's hysterical.
It's adorable and it's really functional. Like you need it there. It gives you cover. It gives you somewhere to fight and hide. It's
Fatal's kind of been forgotten, huh?
That whole area feels like that's what I'm saying about Frosty Flights, man. You go there, you're like, what is this about? But yeah, Fatal's been left alone forever, and I love that because it was the farm that I liked. I never liked Anarchy. I was always a Fatal guy.
I think they kind of destroyed Fatal when they put the high stocks in there in the corn or whatever it is. I think that kind of ruined the POI. Like
people still drop there, man. People still drop there.
I never go there because
I think Lucky's a little more forgotten. That's always like one guy who's like it's his first day shows up. You know what I mean?
Lucky Landing? Oh yeah, no one goes there
like
either.
South of Fatal, because it's so far south. You know what I mean? Like you could knock that off the map and everyone would be like, oh, it's the same map, isn't it?
Yeah,
which is sad because it's a good POI. It just needs
it's
it's so out of the way.
Are you missing some of the zip lines?
Yes, there's especially like actually in that same kind of zone. There's a few of the hills there that I'm like. Or where's the one? There's one of the ones north of that by Salty that had they used to have the flights spot on it.
Yeah.
That one's completely a bare mountain now, and it's got no zip lines up. And I'm like, well, what do I do with this mountain? Like this mountain is just in the way now.
Yeah.
Now it's just annoying. I don't know. Like I'm kind of missing that. This is why I'm saying like I really would like more of those volcano updraft things. I know that doesn't make as much sense outside of that area, but I feel like maybe we need a few more of those knocking around in the southwestern part of the map.
Yeah, I think the biggest place I miss zip lines is the middle of the map, like around the Dusty Divot, that mountain next to it, and connecting to the big mountain next to Salty, like you said. That area.
It's weird to not have them on that mountain because that mountain feels so weird now.
Yeah, and I think it did so much for it because that part of the map, like if you ran into people that part of the map and rotating through there was a lot of fun because it just kept going and going and going. And then sometimes like it just you don't run into anyone and you're just running.
Is that them trying to take away the nonstop action in the center of the map and put it out into the outskirts more? Is that the whole thing? Like maybe that's the whole plan. I'm surprised Dusty Divot didn't change, by the way.
Me too. And
I was really surprised. Like in the bottom area, at least. I don't know. It might be in my head, but I could have sworn there was like a few of the fence pieces missing more than usual. But I was like, I think this might be in my head. Like I might just want to change here so badly that I'm imagining it. The hero house is still there. I was surprised by that. Like there's so much stuff that's still there that I'm like, why is this still here? Like,
I don't know. Like it just this map kind of just feels like it's so disjointed and like cluttered and like there's no cohesiveness.
It needs to be cluttered though because it's so big. But they need to either shrink the map, like cut this bad boy in half.
Yes.
Or you know what I mean? Like they got to do something. Like if they're gonna do that, like I don't know.
All right.
Otherwise, you need stuff. Like you need stuff everywhere, but you need movement and non-RNG movement, like zip lines, like those updrafts. That kind of stuff is the best. I've decided. Like that's.
I agree.
I love those. I think they make the movement feel fast. It makes the action feel fast. It makes the action feel constant.
It gives us rotations without vehicles. Because the thing I like about Fortnite is that there's no vehicles. The thing I like about Apex, There's no vehicles. I don't like vehicles in BR. We got into this weird thing where we were like, oh, BRs need vehicles. It's like, no, we just need smaller maps or ways to rotate. That's it.
Because everyone wants the action to keep moving. You want the pacing. You want it's a pacing issue. And in Fortnite, you feel a little bit slow, especially if you're on the wrong side of the map. You happen to drop on the wrong side of the map where everyone else is. 3/4 of the lobby is gone by the time you even see a person, and they're off in the distance, and they're dead by the time you get there, and you're still running from the goddamn zone. Like, that's boring. Like, that's a boring game. I need more rotation.
Absolutely.
Faster. Speed.
All right, last thoughts on Season 8 before we get out of here.
I'm excited about it. I think that the patch just before Season 8 was actually the game changer when we got the healing on shots and stuff. I think the Season 8 map itself is looking pretty good, and maybe they could keep updating it throughout the season so that we can tweak some of these issues. But overall, I'm really enthusiastic. I love the direction of Fortnite right now. I'm really excited about this game again.
I agree. I think this is a better start to Season 8 than we had with Season 7. I think I think the Season 7 was kind of the low point for me for this game. So I think this is a great start of the season. I thought the Battle Pass was great. I think the map is cool. I can't wait to see. I hope the map kind of changes a little bit more because I'm not the happiest with the way the volcano is. I just feel awkward out there. I feel awkward.
If he could just put Tomato Temple on the side of that mountain, he'll be happy. That's all it needs. He'll be so happy if he could just do that epic.
Hey, if they just want to, if they want to get rid of a place like Salty, a big like the gas station, and just put that old.
I've never liked Salty that much. I don't know why people like it so much.
Look, they need to do something about Salty. Salty hasn't been touched in like 4 seasons, and it's about time. I'm just saying.
Yeah, like, the busted house. No one can fix that. They can make a building in a day and tilt it, but no one can fix that house.
Yeah, change a building up. Do something. Just get rid of one of those buildings, put a new one there, make it interesting. All right.
Yeah. Just switch it up a little bit and give us competitive.
All right.
Give us a competitive playlist, please. I love you.
They need it because the casuals just aren't here anymore. All right, that's going to do it for episode 27 of the Fortnite Update, though. Thanks for hanging out for this extremely long podcast. This is probably our longest one to date. Congratulations, Fuzz. We did it. Oh, yeah.
I apologize. Or you're probably late for your stream. I apologize for that. Sorry, Drunkadoos.
All right. My name is Drunky. You can find me on twitch.tv/Drunky and my co-host, The Flood.
Twitch.tv/The-Flood.
We'll see you guys next week for patch 8.1 on episode 28. Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.